that I made that has a floor and a wall and a window in it, and then we'll sort of move into the actual hotel room. So the first one I want to do is a Ptac, and if we take a look at the installation manual for this particular Ptac, I think I downloaded it from BIMsmith along with the installation manual. It's pretty straightforward. It gives you the distances based on how you install it. So here's an install with a brick wall, and it's actually got the grill flush with the brick wall. And so that means that there's a sub base, so you can see sub base connected here. And then here's one with a brick wall where it's kind of balanced, right? Where you balance that unit and it's suspended over. So the this guy with the sub base is 2 3/8 minimum, but this one without that, you can kind of center it in the wall with the grill. And so if we look at placing this guy into the Revit model, I'm just going to go to a floor plan and section. So I'm just going to do 3 different views. So we have a section, an elevation, a 3D view, and a floor plan view all at the same time. Sometimes it's hard to figure out how to insert these, so I'm just going to go to, I downloaded it, so I'm going to go to my insert and load family, which is going to look on my hard drive, and I've placed it in my project families folder. And so here's that Ptac. And if I open it, it'll bring it in, and it has some invalid units. And just, you can just close those. It'll bring it in and update it. And so once it's in, obviously it's loaded it. And so now I want to place it. And oftentimes the most common place that you're going to place it in the level 1. So if I were to go to architecture and component, it's going to show that last thing. And if I bring it in and kind of place it in here, it sets a place on face. And if I do, and it's showing me the floor, so I'm going to left click. And if you see over here, it's actually placing it with the grill facing up, which is actually supposed to be facing in the room. This is the interior, that's the exterior. So it's actually placed it kind of on that floor, and that's not where we want it. So I'm going to Control Z. So you can see that where it wants to place it is maybe on the wall itself. So let's place it again. So I'll Control Z, and I'll go back to component. Instead of place on face, I'll place it on the work plane. And if I do that, it's still placing it right on that plane there on the floor. So the way this thing looks like it wants to be placed is actually on the face of the wall itself. So that would be more like in an elevation view. So if I were to go to, in component, and I'm just going to go to right now I'm in the elevation, and it's going to component, and it's asking me either to give a plane or to pick a plane, right? So I'm going to pick a plane, so I'll pick this wall, so I'll tab select until I get the wall. And then it's going to place that right on the wall. So now if I come in and place it, you can see that it's placed that on the wall. And so the only thing now is that if I come in here and pick it and I want to move it like forward, it's hosted to that wall. So in order to move it, if I wanted to adjust it, I would have to go to the move command and disjoin and get rid of the constrain, and then move it in the wall forward if I wanted to move it back or forth, right? Same thing here. You know, if I wanted to move it from here, I need to get rid of the constraint and have the disjoint on, and it'll then sort of allow me to adjust that, whether I wanted the grill to be disjoint, you know, flushed up with that. So, and then in that case, I would have to put in that little sub thing, which means that this guy would need to move down. So you don't have to have it exact, but you should get it in pretty close, you know, wherever you want it. So you'll see 3 inch and 5 inch right? And so if I go in here and do a distance from here to here, right, that's 2 inches. So if I came in and did a little annotate, 3 and 1/32, so that's okay. I mean, let's do 4 inches, right? And so now that guy's kind of set in that wall. So that's the Ptac.